Oh, and we should be live. There we go. Close enough. Close enough. Good evening, everyone. How is everyone doing? Yes, the face cam is back in full swing. And tonight we're taking a look at the new or upcoming West Coast Main Line Crewe to Preston. I want to make sure that all the audio is working all good. Hold on. There I am. But I can't hear myself, so bear with me. There we go. Close enough. Close enough. Right, there he is. Cool. Yes, so today we are playing West Coast Mainline Crewe to Preston, which is a new or upcoming route from Just Trains. I know a lot of you have been excited for this one. I'm certainly excited to really deep dive into this. I've only scratched the surface in my first look because I only got the keys. I got them on Tuesday. No, not Tuesday, Monday. But I only downloaded it yesterday. So I've only had a little brief look yesterday. So I've not really delved too much into it, so I kind of want to explore it quite a bit tonight. But yeah, tonight we're going to be streaming to around about 9 o'clock because, as someone's already alluded to in the chat, there is quite a significant sports event going on tonight, which I want to pay attention to. So I will be tuning off for that at around about 9 o'clock. So let's jump into the route. So let me just do that. Here we go. Nice. So we're in West Coast Mainline, Preston, Crewe. And right, please excuse me. I may end up saying Preston Carlisle by accident, but you know exactly what I mean. So anyway, who we got in the chat? We've got Alex the Train Boy, British Rail fan, Great Western Photography with my lords, Boda Pokavali. Is that how you say that? You love the thumbnail. It's certainly a nice looking train, isn't it? Inner Diesel Enthusiast is coming out. Drive the My Lord's Machine. Good evening, Train Sim Nerd. Ryan, Harry. Feels like a proper dovetail preview stream with a countdown and all sorts. Yeah, I know. I've got it all. There's a few tweaks and changes I'd like to do, but there is a few things I would like to be able to update. 8 minutes early. Yeah, I thought I'd start early. I wanted to start at around about 6 o'clock, to be honest with you, but with work and doing dinner and whatever else, I never usually get here on time. Jaden, hello. I was going to say we can hear you all good. Nate, welcome in. And does this screen happen to be Preston? This is it. It is indeed. This is the new route which comes out tomorrow. So, I'll show you what we get. So jump into it. So this is the timetable. I'll show you the scenarios first. I do need to quickly mention something about the timetable because I'm not. This is going to be a shocker. I'm not happy about something. Okay. Wow. Anyone that's a Dovetail Ambassador hater, right? There is something I don't like about this product, and I'm going to tell you first and foremost what it is. After looking at the scenarios. So scenarios, we've got Merry-Go-Round, Out With A Bang, Thunderbirds Are Go, Locomotive on Test, and Deep Coal. These are fairly lengthy, around about an hour and a half. I mean, there's that one that's an hour, but they're ranging upwards of an hour and a half to 2 hours, which is pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. But the timetable. Now, if you'd seen the preview stream earlier this week, you'll know that there should be around about 666. Don't say that too loudly. Services on this. However, there is one route I am missing, which I don't own on the PC, and I'm certainly not paying 25 quid for it. That means you lose out almost 90 services, and that route is West Cornwall Local. Now, these bring in these sea cow wagons, I think, something like that, and you lose quite a lot of services for this if you don't own West Cornwall Local. Personally, I don't like that. If it was a train, like for example, like the Pendolino, you kind of have to own to get the layers, or variants, or something like that, fine. But losing almost 90 services because of a wagon, I don't overly like, especially a wagon that could have been included. Anyway, is what it is. I will end up getting West Cornwall Local, and I do have it on the PlayStation. I just don't have it on the PC. I didn't think it'd be a requirement for this, to be fair. So I am missing that, which is a little bit annoying. But anyway, we'll jump into the timetable because you do still get a fair amount. So you've got the 86-4, which is included with this, 118 services with this, and you've got apparently 10 variants, but 2 of them are livery designer. So we're going to say 8 variants of the 86-4. Then you've got the 47-3, which is also new to this. You've got the grey and you've got the blue. It looks quite nice in the grey, actually. This does, again, all sorts of stuff. We'll delve into all that. We've got also included the new Class 20. I know a few people have wanted to see that. But yes, Class 20's got all sorts of stuff going on, shunting and everything going on with that. The Class 20 is not really something I'm going to delve too much into because I don't really care for freight and shunting, but I'll certainly take a little look at it. Also, apologies if you can hear a fan. It's very warm at the minute. It's really muggy today, and it's actually really red hot in this house, so I can't breathe. Anyway, we've got the Class 08, which again doing shunting. Again, something I'm not really going to touch much this evening. It's more the passenger stuff I'm going to take a look at. But that's what's included. As for layered stuff, we've got the 86-2, which is the Loco DLC. I think this subs in or does mainly the passenger services that the 86-4 does. I think there is a big difference between the 86-4 and the 86-2. I don't know what the difference is, but I know there is a difference. So if you know, please do let me know in the comments. Then you got the Class 87 coming from Shap. Again, I think this is more of a sub situation, subs in for the 86. I would imagine that's the case. Got the 47-4. There we go. That does all sorts of stuff. Passenger. I think that might do its own passenger stuff, possibly. I wonder if that's doing like all stoppers. I think it might do. I'm not sure, but that might do more like semi-express things. And then we've got the Pacer. I can't forget the Pacer. Pacer's doing like 10 minutes runs. We will jump into a Pacer at some point because it's a very interesting little train. And we've got the 101, which goes between Leyland and Preston in most cases. So there's quite a lot to do here. There is an awful lot to do here. How you doing, Jamabe? Ren Fitch, welcome in. I mean, you're paid to make them look good and you hate something. How dare you? Wow. There's so much wrong with that sentence, Trainson Nerd. First off, I don't get paid by him. I'm not paid in any way. Well, I say in any way, shape, or form. I get the DLCs, obviously, for free, right? But with getting the DLC, with getting the key for it, I don't have to show it off. I don't have to if I don't want to. But the idea of us getting the key is to be able to showcase it to you mainly early. But that's the only sort of payment if you want to consider that. But we don't get paid. I'm not endorsed or sponsored or anything like that. And if there's anything I don't like, I can actually say I don't like it. I don't care for this. I don't care for that, and whatever else. So I am fully within my right to say if I don't like something. And I don't like the fact that you lose 90 services because you have to earn West Cornwall Local, because West Cornwall Local is an atrocious route. Anyway, once we get there, could you fly your camera to Wigan Wallgate? Yes, Wigan Wallgate is there. I have seen it, but I don't know how to get to it. We will certainly figure it out. Anyway, let's jump into an 86. As I can see, that's the winning one, because 69% of viewers said that. So let's end the poll. Let's do that, and let's get into an 86. Now I want to do an all-line run. I think I started doing that one in the stream, but in the video that I did. But I'm gonna do that one. I think maybe. What's this 51-minute one? Oh, 50 minutes. Okay. Calling at Hertford, Warrington, and Wigan. I tell you what, we can do that. Let's start at Crewe. Is there any other ones? No, I like the look of that. Let's do that one. Because then I wonder if you can then Oh, I tell you what. I wonder if you could then continue that on Preston. The other one, Preston Carlisle. Hold on, let me test that. So if it's 50 minutes, 1P16, right? 50 minutes from Crewe. So that would give you about 8:20. So 1P16. What time's that in Preston Carlisle? Hold on. 1P. Oh, it's not there. Oh no, fuming. It might be done by an 87 there, possibly. 1P1. Oh no, it's not there. Oh, that's absolutely heartbreaking. That's heartbreaking. Hold on, 8:20. Oh no, you can't continue. Ah, L. That's a bit of an L. Oh well. That's obviously a mod timetable. Anyway, back into it. One thing I did want to also take a quick look at is I think. There is a new timetable on Blackpool branches as well. I think so anyway. Yeah, update. So I think, yeah, there you go. You get the 86-4 on the new timetable as well, which is quite cool. On Blackpool branches. So there's a whole new update timetable to that, which is quite cool. So yeah, there you go. We'll take a little look at that in a separate video or something. But let's get into the 86-4 and let's go for a little drive, shall we? Let's do that 50-minute service that we just found, because we stop at all sorts of places. So let's do that. And let's give it a drive. What's that one? I'll do that one. Let's do it. Little giggle, I'm growing up, I swear. Even mate, I see we have a hat trick with the West Coast Main Line. We have indeed. I mean, we've got what? 5 West Coast Mainline routes now. 86-2. 86-2, I'm pretty sure is the Loco DLC that's separate to this. I think the Dash 4 is the new one. Right. Let's get started. So let's put that into there. Let's put that into there. Of course, if you've got any questions or anything like that, feel free to ask. Let's put that in there. Do that. Put that up there. And here is the 86. There you go. Nice. This is Crewe. This is 80s Crewe, which is very interesting. I want to take a little look up here. There you go. You got the stadium. What's quite cool, and I find it really funny, you can walk up to here in Crewe. So do you know that you've got the bus on Birmingham to Crewe that says random places? You also have the same buses, but they're era dependent. So you can see that, or era representative, whatever you call it. So all the cars and stuff are completely different. What I have done is I've tested out the route hop, because there is a route hop in this. And it's well weird, because obviously we go through here. If you play Birmingham to Crewe, it says welcome to Crewe Station and stuff like that. And then you've got the ticket barriers here, but it's all removed in this because it's a different era. I have got a video about that coming out, comparing the 50s to the 80s and the 2020s. It's quite interesting. 1P16 may have been under the 86-2. It may have well been under the 86-2. Remind me, I'll take a little look. When's the last West Coast Mainline coming in Train Sim World 6? You mean a bit up towards Glasgow? No plans as of yet, but I would imagine it will be a very popular and sought after edition. Congo's just equalised against Portugal. Blooming heck. So Ronaldo's not getting his hat trick like Messi then. Will this be on Gen 8? Yeah, when pigs fly. Right, let's go. Hartford. Let's release all that. Cool. Let's run this up. Let's not blow the motors. You can go up to yellow on this. You're fine on yellow. You've also got announcements if you can make it out. I don't know where they're coming from though. There's an announcement somewhere. There you go. Off we go. Off we go. Whoa, you got a 47 over there. Nice. Very cool. Let's go over here. So for those asking about Crewe Heritage Centre, it would be there. It's not there nowadays. It's there nowadays, but it's not there back in this era. That's quite cool. Look at that. I've not looked at this end of the route, I won't lie. That's very cool. I like that. Off goes your noisy 47. That's going down the North Wales coast, I think, ain't it? Down towards there. I'd love to see the North Wales coast, I really would. It's interesting as well because West Coast Main Line, Trent Valley and things like that, it seems to be a lot more green over here. Definitely a lot more vegetation than now. So nice to see that, you know, we're not completely destroying all the trees. Right, anyway, 11 miles to Hartford. Let's get going. Of course, it's weird going north up here because most of you will be familiar with Spirit of Steam. We have got the southern section, which is Crewe. I'll show you now. So we have got the Crewe to Hartford section in Spirit of Steam, and then we head off. We head off here. I think it's Acton Bridge that we've got it to, and then this way is up towards Liverpool. But it's all going to be completely reworked now and electrified. Pardon me. Will you play the new US Freight Loco DLC? Because you mentioned at some point you went into US Freight. Is that the one that's coming out from High Iron? I forget what it is. I know it's BNSF something. I may well do. I did do a Santa Fe gameplay pack live stream when that first came out, and I did appoint some help from a semi-freight expert in Train Simulator Driver. So I may well stream it and potentially get him on board so I can take a little look. But if I'm honest, I may well give it a miss because I've got a few things planned. And like I said, I'm not overly fussed by American freight. And this is the thing with DLCs, and this is the thing that people don't get with the ambassadors. If there's DLCs I don't really care for, I won't showcase it because it's pointless. But some things I will give a go of. This route drops tomorrow, correct? Yes, this releases at 10 AM tomorrow for consoles. I think it's $29.99, so standard route price. And it's obviously Gen 9 only, and then released at 6 PM for Steam. Will you be watching the England game? I'm certainly planning to. What's your score predictions tonight, peeps? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a poll in the chat. Who's going to win tonight? England v Croatia. Who will win? Will it be a draw? Will it be a draw? Will England win? Or will Croatia win? There you go. It's been so long since I drove Overshap route that I couldn't even get the 86 to start, and I still can't. It's quite an easy train to set up once you've got it set up. Like I say, you just put that in, you put that into there, and then you've got to make sure that that red lever there is lifted up, and then also you lift that up for your safety systems. So if I do that, there you go. You got your safety systems. They all work. US freight is more or less the only thing I don't play. You're on the train. Can you bring me back to Preston? I can do. Up on board. Got a train going past there. Now, personally, I feel like this could be a bit of a firm favourite because I like Blackpool branches, but I like the fact that you've got quite a bit of commuter action on this. I did see a question. Is there any stopper services, any non-stop services on this? I believe there is, but remind me when we go back into the timetable for the next service. I will take a look at that. England 2-2, I think, but hopefully England will win. Right, people, does anyone understand? What was it now? Oh, what did they say? Someone said at work, what's your predictions for tonight? And I said it'd be 2-2. And then they said, alright, calm down, Desmond. And I said, I don't get that. Does anyone understand what... I get it now, but does anyone else know of Desmond? And what Desmond means for a 2-2 football thing? I was trying to make a video on overshapping prep for this route, but I just couldn't get it to start, so it went out the window. Lever, that's what it was, the damn lever. Yeah, it's just the lever. Trust me, it's the same with the 87, I think, as well. Very loud. Oh, canals. Nice. I suppose you can consider this a bit of a first look, because I haven't seen all this yet. Nice, isn't it? Beautiful. Yeah, I only got it when someone explained what his actual name was. So we're going through a station in a minute. I'm not too sure what this station is. I've got to remember what it is from Spirit of Steam. I also like the stopping services on this. Are about 50 minutes. Perfect length for me. Excuse me, I've got a bit of gas. There we go. There we go. So this is a station, of course. This is... Where's the station now? Winsford, that's it. Winsford. I wonder if this actually sees anything. I'm not sure. There's nothing that tells me that this is seeing any services. You got people queuing up for tickets though. Nice, that's cool. I like that. Ah, there you go. Wigan Kebab. Nice. It's actually a really nice station, this. I'll need to check if any of the services stop there. You found West Coast Main Line Crewe to Preston and Preston Carlisle. I definitely feel that this is going to be better than Preston Carlisle. I think the thing is with Preston Carlisle is it's quite long with not much to do, and it's also quite slow. Got 47 going past there. So I think the mixture of it being quite slow and quite long, I can kind of... It's not my favourite. Someone's just said to hover over the station see if it got any services. That's a good bloody point. No, it doesn't. It doesn't see any services. Oh, that's a shame. You'd like to think some of the diesel stuff would stop there. Is there any stuff that should have stopped there in the 80s that opens up for a potential DLC? Because then that could be, you know, tinfoil hats on. What I did see is that these this little manual down here says 81 and 85. So I wonder if that's something else that could be being worked on. I don't know what the class 81s and 85s are, to be honest. How you doing, Freddie? Welcome in. 55% of you are saying that England are going to win. Hartford platform 2 in 1 minute. Remember to stop. I certainly will remember. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. That tea's gone down the wrong hole. Crikey. Crikey. Going across something here. Nice river. Very nice. Very nice. I find it quite fitting that the final bit of West Coast Main Line is also sharing the first bit of West Coast Main Line that we got. It's a lot of full brakes, but it's okay. It's alright. It's okay. Oh. 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 I think you all jinxed it, peeps. I think you all jinxed it. Oh dear. Oh dear. It's not the worst stop. It's not horrendous. I've had worse. Yeah, it's fine. That's absolutely fine. '81 and '85 were prototypes of the '86. Ah, got you, okay. So probably something we wouldn't see then. Hartford. RichyRail. Got people chatting there. Got eyeliner on. Why have they got bloody eyeliner on? That's interesting, isn't it? There you go, Hartford. Uncle Joe's. There you go. Apparently that's a thing, Uncle Joe's. I've never heard of him before though. I assume Winford would have mainly got served by Liverpool trains. Yeah, but I wonder... Oh yeah, I suppose. Yeah, but I wish you'd still be able to play them though. Like, is there a certain train that would have actually served them? Like, you think the 101 could have been used? Wait, is that what the 108 does? The one that's coming to the Cumbrian route? Warrington Bank Key is next. Let's go. How you doing, Rob? Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Haven fan, welcome in as well. Hope you're doing well. I need a Gaviscon. That's what I need. Ah, it's better. Bit of Gaviscon. Bit of Gaviscon down the gullet. Just Trains are definitely cooking with all their 80s roots. Yeah, for sure. I like that they've got their own little kind of era and network. I like it. It also shows that it's popular because people like it. Will you play Roblox at some point? Yeah, normally. So this is the thing. Things like BR, SCR, whatever else. I mainly play them when there's been a big update because, well, frankly, that's when it's most interesting. So, yeah, once there's a big update for one of the games, then I'll certainly jump into it and give it a go. I think we'll flow through Acton Bridge on here. Off we go. Plenty of suspension as well. Very bouncy. $86,402. Off we go. So I wonder, because we've got Acton Bridge coming up, is there anything that stops at Acton Bridge? No, there's nothing that stops there either. Weird. I really do wonder what stopped at Acton Bridge and Winford in the 80s. Unless that's what that West Cornwall local layer does. Would be amazing if Just Trains expanded their network that you could route hop around them all. Their 80s are the best niche they could use. So great, and some great rolling stock. Are the suspension physics like on Max? No, they're pretty standard. I think they're on, is it 100%? And I know you can do it up to 200%. There's Acton Bridge. Very nice. Very nice little station. Got someone hanging up there washing. There you go, look. There's a small yard at Wigan. Well, in real life, freight diesels. Can you check, please? Yeah, let me know whereabouts it will be. In fact, we'll jump into the map. Hold on, Wigan. There'll be a Wigan's there. There you go. So there's like a little. Oh, I've lost it. Hold on. Come on, playing up. What's going on here? What's that? Wigan Canal sidings. This stuff. Is it this stuff here? Wigan Springs branch. There you go. Could they go to Crewe without? Could they go from Crewe without encroaching on all aboard? How do you mean go from Crewe? This goes down to Crewe. So do you mean like going north out of Crewe somewhere? So we're coming up to the bit that would be where you'd loop off towards Liverpool, which is just here. This is the flyover, which you may recognise from Spirit of Steam. So if you've played Spirit of Steam, you'll remember all this. Obviously it's all now electrified and all been updated, but then you go off that way towards Liverpool. And this is all new territory. So off we go. When do you think will be the next BR update? Or what do you think when do you think the next BR update will be? I'm not sure. Probably, they like to do them around Christmas time, don't they? Good evening, Bob. Hope you all had a good day. I've had a very good day, thank you. How about yourself? Interesting to see what All Aboard are cooking up next. Maybe some new Welsh or some Scottish stuff. Yeah, they've said that they wanted to go away from the West Coast main line, so I wonder. It intrigues me because... Oh, bus came from nowhere, didn't it? It intrigues me because they're saying that they don't want to do anything West Coast main line, and I personally feel like the next step really would be the North Wales coast. And I say that because, well, they've done the 805. There's some new Transport for Wales stock there, so maybe that could be the new stock. I don't know, just something to me seems that they don't. They've quite clearly said they don't want to do the West Coast main line. So the best way to do it, but also to keep coupled up onto their routes, would be North Wales coast. Personally, anyway. I don't know where they want to go, but that's what I think they'd be thinking about. Well, that's what I'd be thinking about anyway. I'd love to see the North Wales coast. I think it'd be a great route. Yeah, but that we get the Midland Main Line from St Pancras to Bedford. We're starting to see a lot of industries now. So as we get further to Warrington and Wigan, it gets very, very industrial. One thing I will advise is give it a few runs, because it is a little bit stuttery, because there's quite a lot of tiles. Got plenty of industries on the horizon. Are you going to be doing the new BNSF stuff on the 28th? Is that when it comes out, is it? I've no idea. I've not seen anything about it. Might do. We'll see. Yeah, that we get the route from Motherwell to Lanark or something with the class 320 and 318. I'd love to see some more Scottish stuff. I really, really would. I love the ScotRail livery. I feel like there's tons of routes in Scotland and in Wales that have just not been touched, and I feel like there's a whole heap of places you could go to. Is Llandudno on the North Wales coast? It is indeed, yes. Genuinely would be nice if all the third-party developers made their own small networks like Just Trains are. I mean, to be fair, you think about it, they are doing. You know, All Aboard have got their own little network going on with their 2 routes. You've got Just Trains with their 3 routes. I'm trying to think who else. Rivet has as well, with Edinburgh, Glasgow and 5 Circle. They're interconnected. The only people that don't really seem to be doing interconnected stuff is Dovetail. But they'll go here, there, and everywhere. It kind of makes sense. There's a lot of stuff going on here. A lot of interesting frames around here, though. Very interesting frames. We've got loads going on. Loads going on. Wow. This is incredible. We've got stuff on the horizon over there as well. Bloody hell. Very, very industrial. Very industrial. This is a cool little bridge here as well. Very nice. The approaches into the cities are quite nice. Like the approach from the north into Wigan, I think is really, really nice. Will they remaster the Cardiff City? I don't think they will, no. That's quite a new route, so the stuff that's relatively new doesn't get remastered. The stuff they've been remastering are very, very old routes up until now. Here's Warrington Bank Gate. The BNSF GP60 and GP60M and B comes out next Thursday. Is Mary Queens of Scots Class 37 ScotRail in Train Sim Mod 6? No idea. Absolutely no idea. Will the ScotRail and Transport for Wales livery stay even though British Rail are coming back? Yeah, I don't think they're being affected, as far as I'm aware. Please can someone explain to a noob what the distant things relates to in the top right, please? Are you on about the hold on, let me get me cursor. Do you mean this here? Because if that's what you're referring to, that's called the track monitor, and if I stop I'll show you what it does. It's actually a really useful feature. It's quite new actually. Stop there. Will you stop at Leyland? Not in this service, but we will certainly do in a Pacer or something if they do them. I think the 101s do the Leyland services. So, this track monitor... Oh, where's it gone? This track monitor here, you can see that it says 0.9. So, 0.9 basically means from this point here, which is the front of the train, to the end of the line. As you speed up, that increases, and I think the max it goes to is about 3 miles. So that's basically saying that in, let's say, around about 0.7 miles, the route is going to change to 75 mile an hour. You also got a green, and obviously as you go on, these change. So that's what that means. That basically means that you're upcoming, you've got a green signal, and you've got a 75 limit at some point in the next 0.9 miles. So that's kind of like the distance. And as we go on, you'll see that it will change in a few cases. Anyway, this is Warrington Bank Key. There you go, Warrington. I hear this station loads of times. Quick shop and cafe. I think you can actually go into these cafes. You can. There you go. Look, got a weekend kebab. Got a suitcase there that's been left. Oh. And you've got a geezer stood here selling you some stuff. What else have they got? Extra cream biscuits. Turkish Delight. Oh, I love Turkish Delight. Love Turkish Delight. Runner's crisps. Very nice. Out of order lift. It's out of order, that, isn't it? Got people queuing up for tickets. I like that. I quite like that little bit of immersion. And you got another cafe there. There's someone else working at the cafe. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Right, let's get back to our train. And let's go. So, let's notch up. So you can see, is it Alan Atkinson? Once we get going, I'll show you what it does. The quicker you go, the longer it gives you. Because obviously, if you're going 125 mile an hour, you kind of need to know what's happening in the next 2 or 3 miles. So it does dynamically change as you speed up. I think the slowest is, well, when you're stopped, it's 0.9, and I think it then goes up to 3 miles. So you can see we've just gone past that green signal there. You can see that we're subject to a 90 at the minute. That'll eventually be at 75 once we go past that 75 bit. I'd like to see some more Welsh narrow gauge added. We've only got 2 narrow gauge routes at the moment, and both are Swiss. Yeah, maybe Talyllyn Railway would be quite cool. I'd love to see the Talyllyn Railway. There is a Warrington Central somewhere. There may well be, but I can't see it. There's a little loop down here. You can go to here, by the way. You can do stuff down there. You can do quite a lot. There's loads of branches that you can do stuff on. So you're not just subject to the main line. You can actually go about and do other bits. Ah, there you go. It's that Central. There you go. Warrington Central. That actually sees services, but you can't get to it. So it is there. Warrington Central. I don't know which companies are being redone for the new British Rail. It's everything in England, so it's everything from South Western Railway to LNER to Northern. They're all changing. So you can see that we're now at a mile on that track monitor. Alan, obviously we've just gone to 75 mile an hour, and then we have got a green signal once this stuttering stops. Let's speed up. So you can see we're going to change to 90. So once we go past that 90. You see it says 90 on there, and you can see it says 90 down there. So that's your changing limit. And that dynamically changes based on what units you're running. So if you're running kilometres or whatever else, it will change that for you. So hopefully that helps. I just know that someone is going to drive the 390 along here. Yeah, hopefully someone makes a mod timetable for it. I meant in reality. Is there any London or Newcastle or Devon maps in the game? Yeah, there's loads. There's no Newcastle, but there's loads of London in the game. And then you say Devon. I think Riviera line classes as Devon. So you've got Exeter to Exeter to Plymouth in the game. That actually came out quite recently, and it goes down to Paignton as well. So that came out at the start of this era of Train Sim World. As for London stuff, you've got Great Western Express, which is London to Paddington. You've got West Coast Main Line South, which is London to Milton Keynes. You've got Brighton Main Line, which is London Victoria to Brighton. You've got South Eastern High Speed, which is London St Pancras to Faversham and Ashford. What else have you got? You've got two London Overground routes. You've got the Bakerloo line in this. I'm trying to think what else we've got that goes in and out of London. I think that's pretty much it, but there's quite a lot in London. How you doing, L3MM? Welcome in, hope you're doing well. Not everything is being nationalised. It's pretty much most stuff. Oh, is that the bit down to Earlstown? I think it is. So that's the if we go a bit too quickly around this corner. That's the bit that you can do some pacer services down there. Someone's asking what you can do with a pacer. You do stuff mainly between Earlstown and Newton-le-Willows, I think. Over there. We're actually bypassing, so you can see you've got Earlstown there. So that's Earlstown. You've got Newton-le-Willows there. You can see there's some stuff doing things. You've got another station somewhere. I think it's up here somewhere. Yeah, there's quite a few things you can do in this area. We're on like a bypass line, which is quite interesting. Out of Paddington, West Coast Main Line South at Euston, South Eastern High Speed out of St Pancras and Bakerloo line. Riviera is northeast Devon to southwest Devon. There you go. So you've got a Devon route. How you doing, Matt Moss? Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. I think I might have blown my motor. I think I've blown my motor. Possibly. I need to remember how to do that again. It's that one, isn't it? Yeah, there you go. There you go. So if you blow your motor, you can recover with that one. That's my guess and my poor sense of geography. I think it definitely is Devon, and I would imagine, yes, it would be northeast to southwest. Makes sense. Yeah, so you got the Marmay line, which goes between Stratford and eventually down to Richmond, and then you've also got the Goblin, which goes between Gospel Oak and Barking Riverside. Got 45 people watching. Hope you're all doing absolutely splendid. We have just had 2 new subscribers, so we are very close to 8.75k, which is very nuts to think about. That means we are just over 250 away from 9,000, which is pretty mental to think about. Very exciting as well. 10,000 this year would be awesome. It really would. You thought the North Western Railway in Sodor, but London North Western Railway. If only one looks at the statistics, Congo is better than Portugal. Oh gosh. Oh bloody hell. This is going to be an interesting World Cup, isn't it? What are people saying for tonight? 50 votes, 62% of you saying Croatia will win. Another 18% of you are saying it will be a draw, and then 20% are saying Croatia will win. So, no. England will win. Croatia, yeah, okay. I think it will be a draw. I think it will be a 2-all draw. I just don't see much else happening. One route I think need remastering is CSX Heavy Haul. We need more CSX in general. Yeah, that and also the Toronto route. You know, the Canadian National route, whatever it's called. That'd be awesome. I'd love to see that remastered. And Peninsula Corridor as well. Peninsula Corridor is a really nice route. I'd love to see that in modern times. Fly by. Let's go into these wheat fields. Oh, don't say too much about wheat fields. You get Theresa May excited. Off we go. Time to do the Riviera line hoodless. Wow, check you out. I can't do any routes hoodless. I have seen British Aces done some hoodless runs on the West Coast Main Line. Impressive, because I can't do that. I like information. I really like information. Like, the way I see it, when you're driving a car, you don't drive out your speedometer, do you? Like, you're very much looking at your speedometer at all times. You're almost at 200 subscribers. I think I might need to start doing some model shop visit videos. Right, we're coming into Wigan North Western. Someone asked about Wigan Wallgate. I'll make sure to check out Wigan Wallgate for you. Of course, if there's anything in particular you want to see, please do let me know. We'll take a look. I'll have another little deep dive into the timetable, because I know that some of you wanted to see some stuff like what a pacer does. I might do a pacer run next, actually, just to see what we see. Gently does it into Wigan North Western. So yeah, I like the stopping patterns of the inner cities. Are you playing on the PC or the console? Is the console easy or complicated like Flight Sim? I'm on the PC tonight. I can't really showcase anything early access on the consoles because they're not normally the right build until release day. But I am on a controller. If I lift up my thing, I can't do it because let me stop at this station. I'll show you. I've plugged a PlayStation controller into this, so I am essentially using it like I would be on a console. But in terms of controls, it's actually relatively simple. I've never played Flight Simulator, so I can't really compare it. But it's definitely quite simple to play. It's like throttle up and whatever else. I'll show you the buttons in a second. You can't really say that because trains have a speedometer on the cab, so you can play hoodless and still look at your speedometer. Just pay attention to your signals and speed limits. Is there any chance you would be able to show what services are covered by the 47-4? Yes, we'll take another little look at the timetable. We'll do a 47-4 run maybe, or a 47-3 run. Take a look at the pacer as well. So don't you worry, just stay tuned and we'll take a little look. I quite like that. There's like little gas canisters at the end of the buffers. That's quite cool. You wish they'd update Brighton Mainline. I agree. I'd love to see that remastered. I think that's next on the cards, you know. I feel like that's so highly requested that they might as well put the time and effort into doing it. Right, let's stop there. Stop. This is some good stopping, this. Some very good stopping. So someone was asking about Wigan Wallgate. Wigan Wallgate is over there, look. You can get over to it. Nice. There you go. Here's Wigan Wallgate. And we've got a pacer in Wigan Wallgate. You just can't walk over to here, which is weird. Unless you can. No, you can't get over to here. That's a shame. Yeah, it's all closed off. I'd love to be able to walk over to this. That'd be such a cool little feature. But yeah, Wigan Wallgate's there. Really interesting that you've got two close stations. That's obviously Wigan North Western Station. So it's teasing because you can walk outside the station for Wigan North Western. You just can't get across to the other one. In fact, I wonder if you can. Surely, there's got to be a way to do this. Let's test it. Let's test it. There's got to be a way to get across to there. Or is it just going to be an invisible wall just as soon as you get outside? Working lifts? No, no working lifts. Oh, so you can walk outside. Ooh. Ooh. Hold on a minute. Hold on a second. We've broken free. Oh. Oh, you sods. No. No. Wait. Wait. Oh, hold on. No. Chill out. So you can walk over to this, but can you... You can't get into the station, though. That's interesting. Okay. Ah, crafty. So you can walk around it, but you can't walk into it. Polworths. You've got Wilkinson, Golden Ocean, Mr. Toy, Platform 2. Nice. Alright, let's get back into the train. Let's do that. So you can escape the station. Let's go. Next stop, next and final stop is Preston. Let's go. Come on. Come on. There we go. There we go. Go. Right, let me get back to the chat. So yeah, someone was asking about the controller. Let me just move that out of the way. Move that across. There you go. So I am playing with a controller. Look, there you go. There's my controller. Turn it upside down. So I'm using. It's plugged into the PC, so it acts as if you would be playing on Xbox. The controls are relatively simple. To throttle up, it's as in like you'd be throttling up on a car game. To release your brakes, it depends on the train, but usually it's R1 to release your brake or release your throttle. To apply your brakes is usually L2. It depends train by train, but your main things are your triggers. Your horn is your analog stick. Your left analog stick to change cameras is your right analog stick. So it's all quite console friendly. Reason why I can't do Riviera is because I know the route well. Why I can do Riviera is because I know the route well. Will there be Pendolinos and Neverus on this route as a layer? No, because this is a different era. This is set in 1986. So this is all BR Blue era. So although we've got quite a lot of West Coast Main Line, the northern section of West Coast Main Line is a different period of time. But I would imagine there'll be some mod timetables and whatever else that may come across. Someone was asking about a yard or something else just north of Wigan. There you go. There's some sidings over here. I think these connect up to Wigan Wallgate there. BML should be remade. It's in a shit state and a mess, and would be easier to do that instead of possibly breaking it even more. Tees Valley Line and Transpennine need remasters. They've been in since Train Sim 1 and 2. I agree. I would like to see that. I think as well, with all the stock we've now got from like all the West Coast, all the Just Train stuff, you know, Darlington would look really nice on TVL and Leeds would look really nice on Northern Transpennine. So I think I agree with you. Those would be nice ones. They said during the East Coast way that they know we want it, but they are just figuring out how to do it. So one day, well, this is the thing. They listen to the community, despite the fact what people say, but they do listen to the community. So there is a few things that like they are thinking about. There is a way to get to Wallgate. Regarding our speculation in the last stream, why Dovetail hasn't released any London Underground route except the core. They've done some remasters, but they might be cooking on something big. Have any of you heard of Blazing Squad? They came to an event in my town on Saturday. Blazing Squad. It rings a bell. I don't know why from there. You can keep going down that alley. Maybe I should have kept going. We'll spawn back into it afterwards. To answer your question, Alex, no I haven't. Down the road where the bus is across the track at the end of the platform. Do you know how many services does Blackpool branches add to the West Cornwall local? I don't think it adds anything to the West Cornwall local. Unless you're on about this route. And I think this route adds in... We'll find out. I'll jump into the timetable once we've done the service. Benjamin just said New York, New Jersey. There is plenty in New York and New Jersey routes. How you doing, Joshua Summers? Hope you're doing well. Will the 5 Circle line get a remaster? I don't imagine so. It's recently had an extension down to Leven, so I don't imagine that'll have a remaster. I think anything post Train Sim World 3 isn't getting a remaster, for sure. Anything that's in... Because this lighting, Todd 4 lighting, came in Train Sim World 3. And it's been here ever since. So anything that isn't in this lighting probably won't get a remaster. Blazing Squad sounds illegal. Would love the TP route to be upgraded. Driving a pacer, doing a stopping service from Manchester to Leeds would be brilliant. I agree, Neil. I think it'd be awesome. Great. You'd like to see a great Eastern Mainline route. You'd love to see some remasters of some old German routes. Yeah, things like Ruhr's ignored. And Hauptstrasse Rhine... I'll tell you what, imagine Hauptstrasse Rhine Ruhr as a remaster. I think that'd be brilliant. I'm using a 4F, pulling an 8F, a Jubilee and a Flying Scotsman. Are there any Denmark maps in this? No. No Denmark, unfortunately. The closest you can get to Denmark is Lübeck, in Hamburg, Lübeck. That's the closest you'll get. What route will get a remaster next? Who knows? No one knows. If it's not on the roadmap, it's not happening. Right, we're 10 miles away from Preston. Once we get to Preston, I'll have a little look for the timetable again. There is actually something quite cool I want to show you around Preston. If any of you are fans of any other ambassadors. You'd love to see the Tadami line finally released just to laugh at it compared to Running Train. Yeah, that's the thing. I feel sorry for Tadami line. Because the route is been around for so long. And then once it releases, it's just constantly going to be compared to Running Train, and it's just going to ruin its sales, unfortunately. They could get away with a Class 150 on these routes, as they were both built in the between 1984 and 1986. Yeah, I've often said this. I'd like to see a 150 on this route, but I don't think they certainly haven't got the ambition to bring it in. We can go from Carlisle to London to Blackpool to London. I'd like to think that BML, but that's just Cove. That's just hope. I do hope that West Cornwall Local adds the Sea Cow and turbot wagons in Dutch grey and yellow. I think it does, and that's why I'm missing around 90 services. Harry from Dovetail is funny, and I like her headphones. I'll be sure to relay that. Fun fact about Dovetail Harry: when I went down to Dovetail last year, we were all having a chat in the hotel, sort of like, what's it called, lobby, let's say. And she was telling me she had like 250 board games or something stupid like that. As someone who lives near the Hauptstrasse Rhine Ruhr, seeing the current state is really sad. Not nearly as busy in real life. Yeah, but to be fair, when Hauptstrasse Rhine Ruhr came out, that was one of the first German routes, and there really wasn't that much stock. I genuinely think a remaster to that route would be fantastic. I really do. And I feel like it should be that Follows World that does it, because they're doing the bolt onto it, and they're doing the Brian Near's barn, I think it is. Can you get to Blackburn from Preston? No, you can't get to Blackburn, unfortunately. What you see is what you get. And what you get is mainly the West Coast Main Line and the branch up to Blackpool. Not being horrible, but C can be a tad annoying. Who? Oh, you're saying she can be a tad annoying? Well, it's personal preference, isn't it, really, at the end of the day? I ain't got anything against AWS there. I don't know what that's meant to be meaning. Is that meant to be your safety systems? I've got nothing against her. Spoiler to anyone doing it, but Blackburn was the one in low conundrum. Oh, well, if I wanted to play that, you've ruined it. Will they make a route free around Christmas? I don't know, they've only done that once or twice. I wouldn't bank on it anyway. And even if they did, it'd be something random. This is Leyland Station. I know someone was asking about Leyland Station. So here you go. Leyland. I don't see any reference to the buses though, which is a shame. No Leyland buses. But we are coming up to familiar territory. Obviously, Preston to Ormskirk is in Blackpool branches. Yeah, I think off the top of my head, Haven, I think there's only 2 routes I've ever made free, and that's, I think, LGV Mediterranean and Spirit of Steam. Yeah, last Christmas Spirit of Steam was free, so who knows? I think that was just like a, I don't know, like a promotional thing. I can imagine if they did any routes free, it wouldn't be anything that's like been released in the last year or two. The West Coast Main Line has 9 routes now. 9? Where have you got 9 from? Hold on. So we've got South, Birmingham Crewe, Trent Valley, the 2 Just Trains routes. If you want to be technical, Blackpool branches. And I can get Spirit of Steam. Where are the other 2? I mean, you could say Cross City. This is the Ormskirk branch, by the way. You could say Cross City because Trent Valley's there. And Birmingham, of course, as well. But where else? And would you count Manchester Airport Commuter? Because that's... Is Manchester technically on the West Coast Main Line? Yeah, Spirit of Steam. If you had to guess, what would the next UK route to be announced? Well, if I'm honest, right? Let's take into account what time of year it is. We're in June, okay? We've got the releases up until the end of until July. We've got July and August, and then usually around September something happens, doesn't it? So I'm going to hazard a guess and say the next UK route will be whatever happens in terms of core this year. I don't think we'll see any other UK routes in the meantime. Oh no, tell a lie. Right, I've said all that. What about Incredible Trains' Thames Valley branches? That might be next. That might come before whatever the core update is. The only route I picked up for free was Sherman Hill. Oh yes, Sherman Hill was free as well, wasn't it? So this seems to be very random. Preston to Blackburn or Colne could be Just Trains' next route. I think they've announced what their next route is after this. Manchester to Stockport is Avanti, so maybe. Brum, Crewe, Crewe, Stafford. It was. We already said that though. Will Train Sim World 7 come out in September? No idea. Couldn't tell you. Okay, I don't know. What I'm saying is, other than Thames Valley branches, whatever it is called, from Incredible Trains, the only thing that could be UK will be whatever's in the core. Unless we don't get a core. No idea. Speculation at this point. I mean, what line would you like to see in the game if you could pick one? I want to see... I'd say I like to see a chase line. I'd like to see some more like Midland stuff. I'd like to see something northern, I think. I feel like we've got all these different routes now, all these modern routes, and we really haven't touched anywhere on the northern network, especially not the modern northern network. So I'd love to see that, but also I know a lot of the community want to see South Western Railway, and I feel like the extension down to Richmond could be a really nice touch. You know, bringing in maybe South Western Railway to come into there, and also that's the first GBR licensed train, so you know that could work. So I don't know, I'm intrigued. Could be either Thames Valley branches or the Marmite or the Class 70. There we go. And we're back at Preston. This is familiar territory. And then you should keep going north. What's that F? Never spotted that before. Preston Station. The centre of the Just Trains universe. Of course, we've always gone north out of Preston. And other than Ormskirk. But we've seen all this many a time. It's all familiar territory, is this? Oh, been kicked out. There we go. Cool. Right, let's go to the main menu. Train Sim World will come. We know that we will get a new Train Sim World game every year. I would think it would be sensible if the Cumbrian coast would be accessible with the new nuclear wagons. I was saying this when Mild May first came out, that the core route for Train Sim World 6 would be South Western Railway because of the Richmond extension. So, but no, I was proven wrong. Do you know what? Bit of pointless speculation, but I feel like with the combination of GBR and now South Western Railway has been under government control for quite a long time, and also out of all the extensions to the Mildmay line, going to Richmond seems to be... So it just seems to be a very interesting choice, doesn't it? Anyway, we've just got 2 new subscribers, so welcome aboard to the 2 new people that have just subscribed. Hope you're doing well. Give me a second. Right, let's go back to that. I'd love to see Blackburn to Carlisle, but no one else would. Blackburn to Carlisle would be quite cool. The only north-east route that we have is Tees Valley, if you don't count the Scottish routes. Yeah, again, I agree with you. I would love to see some more Scottish stuff or more stuff in the northeast. More northern stuff, I think, would be really nice. Right, people are asking about the timetable, so let's jump into it. Someone said about the 47-4, so you've got these all come from West Coast Mainline over Shap. Here's all your 47-4s. 47-4 does, well, I'll go for the whole A list. Oh, what's that? A rail tour service. Interesting, okay. So you've got mail trains, you've got a rail tour service, non-stop rail tour, intercity from Wigan to Preston, intercity from Wigan to Preston, Preston to Earlstown, calling it Wigan along the way. That's actually quite a cool one. We've got some more light loco mail, rail tour, some more stuff. Stuff going to Earlstown. That Earlstown service actually seems quite nice. We might give that a go. Actually, I think next. Preston to Crewe. Preston to Crewe. And some other stuff. There you go. So that's what the 47-4 does. Let me just let the cat out. You want to get out? Yeah. Come on in. The cat wanted out. So that's what the 47-4 does. 47-3 may well do the same sort of stuff. I don't know that. It does a lot more freight. There's a lot more freight does the 47-3. Tanker stuff, loads of stuff in the night. Rail tours. What else does it do? Yeah, lots and lots of freight. Lots of freight. There you go. That's Preston to Earlstown, Crewe Preston, Wigan North Western. So you got quite a lot of coal services and freight services with the 47 freight. What else have we got? What else did you want to see? Someone said they wanted to see what the Class 86-2 does. I think it's very much similar sort of stuff to intercity workings, pretty much. Lots and lots of intercity workings is what they do. There you go. Congo versus Portugal just ended in a draw. Interesting. What about some more transport for whale stock? Yep, again, transport for whale stock for sure. I'd love to see some more Welsh stuff. I think the 87 also does. Yeah, I think it's the same stuff. I think it's the same stuff as the 86 and the 86-2 and -4. Seems to be all the similar sort of stuff going on there. 47-3 has no train heating, so was rare on passenger. Ah, there you go. The 142, there you go, does mainly stuff between Newton-le-Willows to Warrington Bank Quay via Earlstown. There you go. They're around about 10-minute services all throughout the day. You've got an empty coach stock movement from Preston to Wigan. The 101 does stuff. So you've got Preston to Leyland, empty coach stock movement, and the 2-car does Preston to Leyland pretty much throughout the day, throughout the whole day. Oh, you got some Wigan North Western services there, so I'd imagine that calls at Leyland along the way. So those are those. And I think that's pretty much it. Of course, you've got the U08 that does shunting, loads of shunting. So yeah, what do you want to see next? Should we do a pace, or I tell you what, let's do the 47-4. I'm intrigued by that. Earlstown calling that Wigan along the way. So let's do that. I think let's go to Earlstown, and then we'll do a pacer service. I think East Coast Mainline would be a good core route for the UK for another game. I think another East Coast Mainline route would be a good shout, to be fair. If Train Simulator 7 is coming, I would say Dovetail is going to release one more Train Simulator 6 UK route before that to put it in the special edition as all of last year's were. Right, let's get this set up. Let's do all that. Forget where the headlights are in this thing. I think it's over here, aren't they? Here's the headlights. There you go. In fact, I tell you what, I'm actually going to do the 47-3. That's a new one. Makes more sense. Will you get Roblox Plus? No idea what that is. Either a South Wales coast route or a North Wales coast route. Just more Wales stuff. Give us more Wales, please. I beg. Where's that passenger service now? There was a passenger service. I could have sworn it. It's gone. Where's it gone? Oh, there you go. Adrian Citrus Splash, welcome to the stream. Based on the core routes over the last few years and the average length of the routes, I'm going to roll the dice and make a guess that it could be the Settle to Carlisle route. That's a rogue one. An interesting one. Roblox Plus is a new Roblox subscription. I can't really afford it, so probably not, no. I mean, how much is it for a start? And what does it do? Oh, bloody hell. This is different, isn't it? Very different. I can't turn that on there. Crikey, this is a very different 47. I think we need a route that connects Manchester to Crewe. I agree. You get free VIP servers. Cool. Might as well just pay for a VIP server there. I think if we got the Settle to Carlisle, it would be made by Just Trains. Now, I'm gonna throw out the suggestion of Carlisle to the Settle Carlisle bit, because Dovetail doesn't really like doing stuff with anniversaries in the year that they're due to happen. For example, right, you had the centenary of Flying Scotsman, right, and I'm pretty sure that was 2023, and they released Flying Scotsman in 2024, as far as I'm aware, which was a year late. Last year was Railway 200, and they didn't release any routes to do with Railway 200. They could have done a remaster to TVL, because that's where it started. They didn't. This year is Settle Carlisle 150th anniversary. I also don't think they're going to do anything for that either, unfortunately. Maybe next year. Maybe next year. East Coast main line out of London would be good to see, but probably hard to do. Yep, I agree. The headlight switch is near the loco brake handle. Where? Ah, there you go. Thank you. Thank you very much. Right, let's go. Thinking about it. Thinking about it. Oh, there we go. Struggling for some reason. For some reason struggling, and I don't know why. Have I done something wrong? Is it this? Yeah, there you go. It's that. It's that. There you go. We figured it out. Off it goes. Now you're talking. Now you're talking. I'm sticking to my guts with South Western Railway, as I feel like Johannes wouldn't leave out something big like South Western Railway layers. I hadn't advented anyone else. Oh, well, there would be adverts because this is a monetized stream. I've got to earn money somehow. I don't earn money from Dovetail. I've got to earn my money somehow. Otherwise, you wouldn't be. If people didn't watch the streams, I wouldn't be able to afford cups of tea, and that wouldn't be good for anyone. DST switch works on the 47-3 too, so don't forget that one. There you go. Roll the beans. Thrash. A bit of thrash. Here we go. Let me listen to the thrash. Why not? There you go. Nice. Off we go. So yeah, what's your thoughts on this peep so far? What are you thinking? Let's do a quick. All of you have said England are going to win, which is happy days. So let's do another poll of thoughts? Question mark. You're gonna. So are you going to get this? Yes. Day 1, yes, on a sale, maybe, or no. It looks lovely. It looks lovely. Happy days. Whilst we're flying along, let's keep playing our game from last time, because I managed to get it working now. Should we play our game? Right. What's the station? What station's the departure board at? Let me know. I like this game. I'm going to figure out what it is myself, but I don't actually know. DSD switches next to the door, halfway from the AWS switches. I'm not doing the DSD. DSD is a pain in the ass. Ooh. Ooh. Leyland Motors. Is this the one with the buses? Yeah, I think it is, you know. Yeah, no way. Is this the Leyland? It's gotta be. Must be. They've spelt it wrong, obviously, for branding. I would imagine it's licensed, but that's something that goes past the other way. Is this the Leyland? Talbot Road bus station? Maybe. I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued. That, to me, seems like the factory. I didn't think it'd actually be there, if that's the case. Kirkham or Portland? No. Incorrect. Hope the upcoming Schnellfahrstrecke Nuremberg to Ingolstadt isn't going to be as boring as Castle Würzburg. I don't know much about it. I don't really have much experience in that part of Germany, so I have no idea. We'll see. How many stations does it have? Lee says this looks really, really good. Off we go. 9 miles away from Wigan. Have a little look at the route map as well. Why not? So, someone was asking about the route map, so you can see we've got Crewe up here. There is a little cool Easter egg over here that we need to take a little look at, so I'll make sure to go over to there. Of course, you've got the bit that goes up north towards Preston, towards Carlisle. You've got the branch going over towards Blackpool, and then you have a bit down there. You've got another little bit down there as well. Make sure we're not going to get stung or anything. They're all good. Got a branch going off down there, and then once we get this is the main bit. This is incredible down here. So obviously you've got Wigan that we've seen. We've got all the sidings and stuff down here. Got something going on there, and of course you've got the branching off. So there's probably a station somewhere down here. I'm not too sure though. But you've got Newton-le-Willows there, which I think that way's towards Manchester. So I think Manchester's around here somewhere. You've got Earlstown. Got something there going to Earlstown. There you go. I'm not too sure what's that way. What is this way and what's that way? I wonder if they'll make a route going across here, utilising this bit. And then you've got Warrington. There you go. Oh, okay, so the Warrington service must start there and then go up here, up to Earlstown, and then to Newton-le-Willows. So I don't imagine you'd go north from Wigan. We've slowed down a bit there. Maybe the Calder Valley or Culm Valley could be the next one. I'd love to see the Calder Valley. I'd really like to see the Calder Valley. And then also you've got a little branch going across to this works over here. And after all this, you've got the bit that goes up towards Liverpool, which is over here somewhere. You've then got Acton Bridge. I'm a little bit upset that you can't call it these stations. There's surely got to be something that can layer in to go to these stations, and I wonder what it must be. You've got Hertford stuff there. I feel like these few stations should see a lot more stuff going on. And of course you've got Crewe, you've got Basford Hall as well. That's all there. 80s Basford Hall. Stuff down there. Loads going on. Loads going on at Crewe. You've got this one up here as well. There's plenty going on. You're glad that Lewis won on Sunday? Do you know what? So am I. And part of me feels like he could be on course for the 8th. There is definitely a lot of potential for branch line DLC for Just Trains. If the USA Steam, which Steam engines would you like to see? I would like to see Big Boy. You've got to do Big Boy. No one's got the station yet, by the way. What that's set to. It says Colne on it now, but no one's got the station yet. $14, 57% of you saying yes, you're going to get this on day one. Happy days. Happy days. What would you like to see? If you saw a USA Steam train, what would you like to see? Or beating that, where would you like to see Just Trains go to next? Of course we've got the Cumbrian coast, but where else next after this? Western. I'm also intrigued, is there a way to get from, because I know there's services that go into Wigan North Western. It's all like around here where it all branches off, doesn't it? Can you connect up to the line here? Makes you think that surely you've got to be able to get into there. We need to test that, don't we? Remind me, Peeps, to test that Wigan. you think we'd ever see a route set in the 30s? I don't feel like there's that much appeal for it. I remember once upon a time, if anyone remembers the old days of Train Sim World, when they released a route, when they put a new route onto a road map, they wouldn't tell you what the route was. They'd just say it was a UK route, and there was like a coding system, and the coding system would break it down to era, type of rolling stock, and something else. And basically it was like, if it was electric, it was E. If it was set in the 80s, it'd be like 2 or something like that. There was like different codes way back when. And obviously they set that up for the intention of, if they were to ever to do 1800s or 1930s or whatever else. But obviously nothing ever came to fruition. And I don't imagine there's much what's the word? There's not much demand for it. You'd like to see Just Trains do Festiniog or Welsh Highland Railway next. 80 Spirit of Steam would be funny. It's kind of halfway what this is, to be fair. Big Boy is a go. They could do Big Boy. Big Boy is a go. They could. Big Boy was a coal burner, and Big Boys now burn oil. He likes the UP Big Boy. It's the only one I know of in terms of American steam trains. Oh, did you hear that? I just heard an announcement somewhere. So there is announcements. They're quite quiet, but there is announcements. Tell you what, we've got 2 minutes here. We've got 2 minutes. Come on, let's see if we can get across to Wigan Moorgate. Come on, we've got to get to Wigan Moorgate. Can't be having this. Can't be having this. Well, let's get to Wigan Moorgate. Puddle. Let's try take 2. Can't get in there. Where did you say you could get to it? Down the alleyway? What, down here? You can't get onto the platform there. So I don't know what you're on about. You genuinely can't get onto the platform. There's no ways to do it. There is no way to get across there. It's all closed off. Unless you jump off a bridge. Which is not advised in any way, shape or form. But you can walk down to it, but you just can't get across to it. Other side. Of course it's the other side. We can do this. We can get across there, surely. UP844, as it's still in service, Union Pacific has never taken it out of service except for maintenance. Earlstown is like Star north to Edinburgh, east to Manchester, south to Crewe, west to Liverpool. Evening, Callum. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. I've lost my chat now. Hold on. Right, tell me where to go. I don't want to give up service. There's still no way to get to it. Oh, hold on. This is interesting. That shouldn't work. That shouldn't be there. It shouldn't let you do that. Well, you can get to it, but not in a traditional mean. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Well, you can get across to it anyway. It's a very interesting way to get across to it, I won't lie. Anyway, let's look at the doors. You're doing well. You've got a college trip tomorrow. Oh, where are you going to tomorrow? Off we go. Nice. Right, Earlstown is next. How on earth? Why on earth is the question. Why have they put a bunch of crates that you can climb up and then yeet yourself off the bridge? Surely they could have just opened up the station. Would have made more sense. Anyway, you go into the Cotswolds Wildlife Park. I don't want to say wildfire. Wildlife Park. Nice. Been to the Cotswolds before. Very nice part of the country. Very nice. I've been to Chipping Camden. Very nice. I think it's Chipping Camden anyway. That also works, I guess. Was that not what was meant to be happening? If you look in the preview stream, there is a way to get there normally. I see. Okay. Right. So I'm just doing the silly way, yeeting myself off a bridge. Oh, got a 101. There you go. So where's that going to then? Because surely that's got to be going to Warrington. Blackpool North. Interesting, okay. Yeah, Blackpool North. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. No, I meant, how on earth did you get to the platforms at Walgate? Oh, you hit yourself with a bridge apparently. Because that's the only way you can do it. For the game you mentioned with the PIS behind you, I'm going to guess Manchester Victoria. Nope, incorrect. Let's load it up again. Hold on. There we go. That's all you're getting. That's all you're getting. You're going to be watching England at 9. I think a lot of people are going to be watching England at 9. I'm certainly going to watch England at 9. I'm going to watch the England match. I'm going to chill out. Might load up Train Sim World. And just enjoy it. I think it's going to be good. Callum, we put in our score predictions earlier. 67 or 69% of people said that England's going to win. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Whew. Get down to 70, so let's do that. Slow right down. Of course, whilst I've got people here, this Saturday, now that we've got Crewe Preston out, this Saturday we're going to go from Carlisle to London in a very long West Coast Main Line run, so make sure you're tuned in for that. We're going to start at Carlisle at 7 o'clock, and then we're going to see what time we get to London Euston. I can imagine we get to London Euston around about midnight, so it should be a good bit of fun. I think England are going to win. Preston is on your departure board. Racing Transport. Ding, ding, ding. You've got it correct. There you go. It's Preston. It's been Preston all this time. Let's do another one. Let's do another one. TSR board's calling this. Let's do another one. Let's see if that's going to change. Should change. There you go. That's your next station. Where's that? we have got a red coming up, so I need to be very mindful of that. I need to be very mindful of that, actually. Are you going to do any coal loading or unloading services? Maybe. I'm not one for freight. I'm not really bothered by freight, but most of the other ambassadors have done it. Did you watch Le Mans? No. Endurance racing and GT racing is something I want to get into, but I find it really difficult to get into. So I didn't see it, no. For a Scottish route, I think the Caledonian route from Glasgow to Inverness would be good. So many stations in between that. Ah, there we go. That was just testing us, that way. For the game, I'm guessing Manchester Piccadilly, previously known as Manchester London Road. Nope. Bear in mind it's set in the modern day. I've got to get down to 15 now, actually. So let's slow down to 15. Oh, crikey. A bit too quick around here. Okay. Probably can't join on Saturday. You're going to watch your Germany. Oh, yes. I see how it is. It's alright, me mum-in-law will be watching that. Not my mum-in-law, sorry. Me stepmom will be watching that. No, it's not Crewe. It's not Crewe. It's an interesting station. What station is this then? I do wish, like abandoned stations, it actually told you what it was. I'd love to find out what this is. I'm branching off this way again as well. How you doing, that locomotive guy? I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you doing? I'm a bit sleepy, I won't lie. And then we've got Earlstown. Oh no, we're going past Newton-le-Willows first. Hint, hint. Newton-le-Willows. Hint, hint. You're doing good. Finished my GCSEs. Now have a 9-week summer. Ah, the days. The days. I wish I had 9-week summer again. There's so much I'd get done. You're starting to use the minimal HUD now. How are you finding it? You go to Alton Towers on Sunday and Monday, so looking forward to that. I've not been to Alton Towers for years. Wow, Alton Towers. What a place. I won't be watching the football as I don't like football. Only ever sat and watched one match and it bored the heck out of me. I only care about football when it becomes the World Cup. Other than that, I'm not really right arsed. I don't follow it religiously like I do with F1. Evening, Alexander. Welcome in, hope you're doing well. We're currently showcasing the upcoming West Coast Main Line Preston to Crewe. We've done a full line 86 run and we're doing a 47. I tell you what, I actually quite like this route. I didn't think I'd like it that much, but I think this is definitely up there. I think this route is, in terms of just train stuff, it goes Preston Carlisle at the bottom. This one and Blackpool branches are fighting it out for the top spot. I need to give it a few more weeks on this. I feel like for me, the southern end of the line, not having any commuter services kind of ruins it for me. I thought this would have had a lot more commuter stuff down the southern end, so I'm not too sure what's going on there. But this has got an awful lot of potential. I like it. Where is all of the AI? There's not really much going on here because we're on a branch. We're going into Earlstown. The match I watched was around 2003-ish, where England would beat Germany 5-1. That was boring. See, Newton the Willows on the board. Yeah, there you go. It only took a massive hint. Here is Earlstown. Oh, I don't like the signals that are just after the station, you know. They always scare me. There you go. Cool. Nice. Right. Let's return to free roam. Let's have a little look around Earlstown, shall we? Let's have a look. Oh, just want to leave the door open. Let's have a little look around here, shall we? Rail Tours 86. Boarding a moving train. Hospital could change your destination. Oh, okay. Standard travel from the 21st of June 1987. The term second class will be changed to standard. All references to second class in the booklet Conditions of Carriage of Passengers and Their Luggage, June 1986, and in other publications and notices of the British Railways Board and tickets should be read as standard class from that date. Ooh, okay. That's very cool. Cool little fun fact for you there. Can't go into there because of bins. I thought that might have been a collectible. Good evening, Southerner. How you doing? Good evening from the girlfriend and I. Oh, nice. Here you go through here. How you both doing? When you say from the girlfriend and I, she come across from Spain or wherever it is she's from. Is there more than only is there more than only long distance missions? Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff going on. Time travel's massive, about 600 services. That's a bit questionable there, isn't it? Very questionable. Wonder where that's off. I'm planning a West Coast Mainline based layout with the 86, a 50 and a 37. Bought yourself a BR Blue double O gauge class 50 yesterday. Is this a terminus or not? No, it's kind of like an intermediate. Right, let's go back to the main menu. I want to figure out how you get across to Wigan Wallgate. I'm really, really intrigued by that. We've quite clearly done it. But I want to do it properly. Wigan North Western. Come on, let's try it. We're alright, getting ready to start your new job on Monday. Oh, best of luck to you, mate. Honestly, I hope it goes well for you. Right, let's change the departure board. Let's change it to... There you go. It should be updating for you now. Bear with it. Bear with it. Bear with it. There you go. It's changed. What's the station? There you go, peeps. You can also see my station master thing down there. Quite a lot going on over there, to be fair. Quite a lot going on. It's cool. Right, let's go back to that. Nice. Did I tell you what my new job was? Yeah, you briefly mentioned it. Something to do with Virgin Atlantic's systems or something like that. I can't quite remember the ins and outs of it. I've seen the inspiration. It's not very inspiring. I don't think PS5 will manage this through with the amount of layers. I've not tried it on the PS5. I will give it a go though. I've not got it installed just yet because I only got the key for it yesterday, and I can't actually play it till today. So, or till tomorrow even. So, right. You're saying if I keep going down this road, I keep going down here. Do. Alright, now where? And keep walking down here. Uncle Joe's mint balls. It's very blurry, isn't it? And then you get down to here. You still can't. Ah, you can! Right! Okay. So you can get across to here. Okay, that's good. It's good that you can do that. It's a bit long-winded though. Why couldn't they have opened up the main bit? Makes no sense. But you can get down to here. Okay, that's good to know. It's not very obvious, but it's very cool that you can do it. Uncle Joe's mint balls. What does that say? Keep you all... What? I can't make out what that says. Let's hope you don't get despawned. No, I'm not going to get despawned. Does it sound that? I thought it said something on there. Anyway, right, let's go back to the main menu. Got 15 minutes or so, so let's do a pacer run, I think. Let's do a little pacer run. 23rd of June for the Railway 200 train. I don't know where May came from. People are saying Huddersfield, Manchester, Leeds. Nope. None of them. Right, it's getting to me lovely pacer. And we'll do Wrexham. There we go. From Warrington Bank Key. You're going to go watch the England game now? Good evening, everyone. Okay, enjoying the England game. I'm certainly going to jump into it. Sign feels like an eye test. Yeah, it does. My eyes have gone all blurry. Wigan Wallgate, correct. Yes, TJ Willow, it is indeed Wigan Wallgate. Correct. Right, next one. It's updating now. Here's your next one. Hold on. Oh, there you go. It's already updated. If that's not obvious, I don't know what is. Anyway, let's get started in the pacer. The lovely pacer. I love this pacer. It's one of my favourite trains, I think. It's the pacer. So we're at Warrington Bank Key. Got a County of Lancashire 86 there. This is Warrington Bank Key. Look at these things here, say. Manchester Victoria, Edinburgh Waverley, Inverness, Preston, Stranraer. All sorts of places. Can we change this to say, where would this actually be going? Manchester Victoria. So let's... Manchester, there you go, Manchester Victoria. That's not very good, is it? Hold on, let me try that again. Got something going through the other station there. There you go, some freight there for you freight fans. Right, let's go. How you doing, HST125? Welcome in. Is this a stupid question, but what is important about Wigan Wallgate? The fact, so basically Wigan Wallgate isn't on the West Coast main line, but it is so close to the West Coast main line that I was very adamant there's got to be a way to be able to get between the two stations, and there is, which is very cool. Carlisle, Bob has said, correct. Keeps you all aglow, I think. You can only see your face. You can only see your face. Ah! You can! Ah, sorry. Sorry, peeps. Oh dear. That's embarrassing. Well, at least you got a good look at the of the departure board. PIS is for Carlisle. Oh, sorry, peeps. Should have said. We completely missed the freight. Well, I tell you what, it wasn't that important anyway. It's alright. I'll go back to it, hold on. This is all a disaster. This has all gone horribly wrong. It were down here with the freight. Patch board is true, it's very nice. Yeah, you don't want to be saying, whoa! There you go, 2 bits of freight there. With the 20 going past. There you go, there's the 20. Very nice. You got some freight going underneath here, doing some stuff, and then you got a tanker there. There's quite a lot going on in terms of freight. It's actually quite good. Anyway, we can get up to 60. We didn't want to interrupt your talking. Is that what it was? Is that what it was? Well, after all that, we've got to update the departure board again because someone got it right. So I need to think of another station now. Let's think. Let's think. That'll do. Do that one. Hey Kanan, how you doing? We play Roblox on Croydon. We've done plenty of Croydon. Once there's a big update, I'll certainly jump into it again. Change that, make sure to change it back. But there you go, there's your next one. That's your next station, and let me make sure to change that back. Wow. See my ugly mug. Ah, my lights aren't on. Oh, do you know what? This is all going to pot in it. Do you see that custom company video by any chance? No, I couldn't find it. I kept it open to try and see it uploading, and I didn't end up seeing it in the end. Got headlights, route running with tail lights on the front. I know, Bob. I'm doing terrible. Joshua, Crewe. No, it's not Crewe. Incorrect. How come there is a temporary speed restriction? No idea. Just they randomly generate, don't they? It's one of the the unexpected. That's what it is. Ooh, apologies, peeps. I'm yawning a lot. You should find it now. Not right now, in the middle of streaming. What games have you not played on Roblox? It'd be easy to tell you what I have played on Roblox. I've played Croydon, BR, SCR, Project Birmingham, White Coast Railway. What else? I've taken a look at some other random ones as well. Colne, correct, TJ Willow. It is indeed Colne. Colne, big lump with knobs. It's got the juice. It has the juice. I couldn't imagine a more beautiful thing. It's Colne. A big lump with knobs, it has the juice, it has the juice. Can't imagine a more beautiful thing. Just had two more new subscribers, so welcome aboard to the 2 people that have just subscribed. We are very, very close to 8,750, which is pretty mental to think about. Can we do 10,000 before the summer's over? I'd love to hope so. Croydon got an update a while ago. Yeah, it only got a little update, didn't it? Obviously, we've just gone past the branch, the bit that goes up the West Coast main line. We're now branching off the West Coast main line. Rust off diesels. There you go. The Vulcan. Some interesting industries down here. The Enviro 400 EV got remodeled. Sounds like you forgot to turn off the AWS. Forgot to turn on the AWS. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Bob. This whole service has gone to pot. And Croydon Town Centre got changed as well. Yeah, I'll have to check it out at some point. It's not been on top of my radar because there's been other stuff on my radar. But we'll certainly give it a go at some point. I do like the fact that it's electrified down here. Very interesting. I also like that you can zoom really far on the Pacer. It's the only train that you can zoom really far on. I have no idea why. Tea and biscuits with the manager for you. Yeah, apologies. He's too excited for the England game, that's what it is. What's it on, BBC or ITV? You play British Railway, SCR and Streamline, which I pay access for on Roblox. You don't have many of these triangular sort of stations anymore, do you? These used to be quite commonplace around, but they're not anymore. You're going to go and watch the World Cup? Nice one. Pacer having AWS is funny when 99% of its base route is none. You're watching the England football? I am indeed. I will be indeed. Right, let's go. We go to Newton Le Willows. You hope they will win. Who will win? I hope you mean England. Right, before we end up tonight, is there anything else you want to see? Anything in particular you want to take a look at? Get your requests in now before I end up. Before I close up and get ready to end. England, 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 England. Na na. Me and my mum and my dad were off to Waterloo. Me and my mum and my dad got a bucket of Vindaloo. Vindaloo, 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 na na. Why is my train not stopping? Please stop. Please stop, train. Please stop now. There you go. Cool. Watch the football on stream. No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Have I been to Fiddler's Ferry Power Station? I haven't yet, no. Do you want to see it? Fiddler's Ferry. Right. There you go, back to the main menu. I'll tell you what, let me load up the match. Because I'll do some bits. Can always do some bits whilst the match is on, I suppose. For like half an hour or so. Right, who's the starting 10? Starting 11 then. Bellingham, Gordon, Kane, Anderson, Rice, James, Stones, Konza. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, let me pop to the toilet, and then I'll have a look at Fiddler's Ferry, and then we'll see what else we want to see. So I will be right back. Right, I am back. I'm going to make this quick because the match has just started and I've actually just convinced Shan to come and watch it. She wasn't going to watch it beforehand. But we'll have a little quick look at Fiddler's Ferry and then we'll end it there because I'm going to go and watch the footy. Fiddler's Ferry is somewhere. There you go, Fiddler's Ferry. There he is, there's Tuchel. Can you play East Coast Way? No. No. I can't. Oh. Oh, Pickford. He's doing something. Right, I'll go into camera mode. So this is Fiddler's Ferry. Oh, I've been round here, yeah. There you go. Here's Fiddler's Ferry. Power station. There you go. Anything in particular you want to look at here? If not, we will call it a night because I'm going to go watch England. There you go. That's Fiddler's Ferry for you. Right, anything else, peeps? Anything else you want to see? It's gone quiet now. I think everyone's gone to watch the match. Well, I assume that everyone's gone. So if that's the case, I'm going to leave the stream there. Of course, that was a little deep dive into West Coast Main Line Crewe to Preston. Are they going to score here? I hope not. There we go. He's missed it. That's all I wanted to see. I'll discover the rest for myself tomorrow. They missed a goal. Nice one. Yeah, thank you for all coming tonight. Of course, that was a little look at West Coast Main Line Crewe to Preston. Make sure to join me on Saturday night when we're going to be going from Carlisle all the way down towards London. Would it be worth giving it a buy if I've got West Cornwall local? Certainly. Anyway, I'm going to shoot off because Shan's calling me to go watch the football. So thank you all for watching tonight. Much appreciate it. And I'll see you all in the next live stream. Bye, everyone.